Okay, we're recording. Hi, everybody. This is our, gosh, I think our sixth Freedom Friday call. And I am so excited to talk about what is actually my very favorite subject, which is residual income. And guys, I think people really sometimes have a hard time understanding that what we're building here, a lot of people talk about get rich quick. This isn't get rich quick. This is building an income producing asset. Think about that. You're building an income producing asset that pays us while we sleep. And I love Jimmy Smith. He's like, I'm a professional cycler. If you don't know who Jimmy Smith is, I know there's some new people on the call, but he is in the top 3 or 4 Isogenics producers. And he was one of the very first Isogenics millionaires. I think probably the first Isogenics millionaire. He started the business when he was, how old? 73 or something. 73. He was a butcher. And now between he and his family, I mean, they've made over, I don't even know how much. It's not just him, but his whole family building this business. And he says, I cycle when I sleep. And I'm a professional cycler. So anyway, I'm going to talk about residual income because a lot of people don't understand what it is. Hey, you guys, I'm kind of on a phone call here. Oh, sorry. My son's here. So, okay, we're going to get right into it. So I want to, first of all, kind of tell you how I've appreciated residual income for a very long time. And I remember when I was in high school or even middle school, my dad, I kind of learned on my father's knee what residual income is. And my dad is a very, very smart, actually brilliant businessman. And he would tell us that, you guys, do you want me to move or should, please? I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh, I can't get my kids to behave. Okay, so anyway, when I was in high school, I went to this private school with Cheryl. Cheryl's on right now. And there were, hi Danielle.
Hi,
talking about residual income, and then I'll let you take over. But okay, you guys, oh my God. Hold on, guys. I am so sorry. That was really rude. Oh my God.
Oh, no worries, Heidi. I have no idea. I was racing here right now.
Oh my God. No, I don't know. This is, you guys, I just don't want to waste your time. We've got people to call. Okay. So residual income. So residual income. Oh, you all have green on. Perfect. Yep. But anyway, residual income, my dad, we went to this private high school, Cheryl and I, and there were a lot of really wealthy people that went there. And a lot of them back in the 1970s and 80s were doctors and lawyers and those traditional professions where they earned a lot of a really amazing income, okay? And, you know, spring break would roll around and they'd be going to Hawaii and we wouldn't, you know, and I would tell my dad, oh my gosh, so-and-so so rich. And, you know, maybe their dad would be a doctor and my dad would say, Heidi, he makes a good income, but he's not wealthy. They're not wealthy. And I remember in middle school just going, like giving him this quizzical look, like, well, isn't it the same thing? You make a good income, you're wealthy. And he said, no, not at all. Wealthy means that you're earning, that you're financially free. Wealthy means that you're earning an income while you sleep. Wealthy means that you have recurring income, that you're not trading dollars for hours. And so I learned that on my father's knee. And he said, you know, just wait. And I'm proud of my dad, and I'm going to brag on him. He's built an amazing life from nothing. He worked his way through law school scrubbing floors, and he became an entrepreneur. And he taught me on his knee what residual income is and what wealth means. And, you know, we don't want to trade. I love this slide that Michael Klaus did the other day. We believe in building bodies and building bank accounts. We don't believe in the 40-40-40 rule. And I love this. Working 40 hours a week for 40 years and then retiring on less money than you could earn, less money than you could hardly live on when you were earning the 40, you know, the income for 40 hours a week, all that time. We don't believe in that. So I want to talk, and then I'm going to hand it over to Danielle, but I really want to talk to you a little bit about what residual income means. I've been with this company for 5.5 years, almost, not quite, but almost 5.5 years. And I've created and built a residual income, and you can too, where I am earning a couple $100,000 a year. And I know it's tricky to talk about money. My dad taught me that too, but we talk about money in this business, where I'm earning that residually. That means if I don't sell any more PIBs, you know, don't get any more rank advancement bonuses, I don't get any more product introduction bonuses, I am still earning that residual income, which is our cycle income, which Danielle spoke about last week. You know, and that is that income producing asset where I've created a huge, you know, I built and shared this with enough people who've shared our solutions with enough people who've shared our solutions with enough people, where the income and cycles generated from the volume of people using and loving these products comes to a couple $100,000 a year. And that takes my breath away, and I hope it takes yours away also. Okay, this is all available to us. So this is my favorite slide. I'm going to share my screen, and this is a slide that I've used it a lot, and I've actually, I'm going to make it real big. I've actually run this by Richard, oh God.
Richard Stack.
Yeah, Richard Stack. Right. And he said this is completely compliant because Heidi, and let me tell you about this, he said if you were really to invest your money in a safe CD, you're not going to get 2%. So this, if anything, is conservative. Okay, so I want all of you to understand how important cycling one time a week is. Building that income producing asset where you have enough people reordering Isogenics on a weekly basis where you're earning just $54 a week. It doesn't sound like that much, but at current interest rates, and this is what wealth is, it's having enough money in the bank to generate a certain amount of income, right? So if you're cycling one cycle a week, which is $2,808 a year. Hold on, guys. I'm going to try to mute. Oh, I don't know. Somebody's typing, but I'm happy to share the slide too. But anyway, if you guys can mute yourself out, because I really want you to focus on this slide, you would have had to save at 2%, $140,400 since you've been in Isogenics. Save, guys. I know we could all spend that, right? Uh-oh, guys. I'm going to, hey guys, if you can mute. This is so funny. There's a lot of background noise. I don't know. Okay, I think everybody is, okay, awesome. Okay, so guys, again, at current interest rates, which are more like if you're going to invest in a safe CD, it's like 1.4% right now. They change daily, but I'm putting it at 2%. Okay. So think about this. I know I could spend $140,400, but could you save it? Okay. So if you're cycling just one cycle a week, you would have had to save $140,000 $140,000 approximately. If you're cycling 5 times a week, you would have had to save $702,000. If you're cycling 10, $1,405,000. So do you see, guys, this is not about getting rich quick. This is about building a legacy income, building a wall around your family's future that no one can tear down. You gotta find your kick-ass team. That is the first step. You know, really, Danielle said something last week that was so powerful. You know, think about this. We couldn't work 150 hours a week. No way. But what if we have 20 people, okay, working 5 hours a week? You know, we're leveraging our time. We're building that income producing asset. So I'm going to go back to Danielle. And I really, really want you guys to understand wealth and residual income and understand the power of what you're sharing and what you're creating. We're sharing a gift. And I'm going to say this. Get over yourself. Get over thinking that maybe, oh my God, look at this cute little baby. You're building, Farah, a legacy income for that cutie. A financial wall around your family that no one can tear down. You are sharing a gift. Get over yourself and start inviting every single person you know. I want to challenge you. Who's going to set up some powerful, meaningful introductory calls and conversations by the end of the week? Who's going to do this? You know, set them up with Diane. Set them up with me. Dana already has. Yay, Dana. But, you know, Debbie Davison reached out to me yesterday. She's going to set up some introductory calls. Facebook is great, but you guys, this is too powerful a vehicle, a financial vehicle, to just say, oh, you want me to put you in a little Facebook group? I mean, do it. Yeah, that's fine. But this is too powerful for that. Don't wimp out. Have meaningful conversations. Set up these meaningful calls and don't have any attachment at all to the outcome. If they say no, that's fine. Next. Okay, so that's all I'm going to say. I'm going to mute myself.
I just want you to keep going, Heidi. Awesome. Can you guys hear me? Yes? Okay. Gee, Heidi, like warming up the crowd. You guys, I just posted a picture on Facebook. I was at, in Naples, there's a very big wealth advisor here that puts on an empowering speakers series. And this morning we heard the former CEO of Walmart speak, Mike Duke. And you guys, it was just amazing. I mean, the room is filled with, you know, about 300 guests, and it's a breakfast meeting. And everybody who's anybody in Naples is there, who's a business owner, entrepreneur. And the last one we saw was the CEO of Caterpillar Tractor. And these are, you know, obviously the Fortune, the top Fortune companies. I mean, Walmart is Fortune #1. And to hear him speak about running a $500 billion enterprise, it's just like, it's mind-boggling, you guys. And I'm just hear me out for a minute. So when Kathy and Jim connected with John Anderson to put some formulations together and to get a company off the ground, and they had a vision, and, you know, you want to impact world health, and you want to free people from physical and financial pain, and you have a vision. Well, maybe I just want to eat for free. And okay, well, I did that. Well, maybe I could roll this into a little part-time thing. And what's your vision? So, you know, when Kathy and Jim started, I can't imagine what their vision was. When I met them in 2011, when Heidi and I came into this company and I flew out there in the middle of Mark's chemo treatments and stuff, it was a very bad time for us. And I remember texting him saying that they are high-fiving that they've done $240 million in sales. And that was in 2011. They had just completed, and they were like dancing on the street. They couldn't believe this little mom and pop who partnered with John Anderson is celebrating $240 million in sales. And then what is the vision as Heidi and I came in? We doubled to 500 million. We doubled to 7 and change. Increased, not doubled, increased and increased to this year you all saw, mid 900 somewhere. The vision to be $1 billion company, and it's no different than you celebrating that one cycle and then being able to be like 5 cycle bonus. Oh my God, if we could do 5, we could do 10. If we could do 10, we could do 20. And I just want you to realize that this is a vision that you have to build on a very, very strong foundation. So all Mike talked about this morning is really getting connected to what is your foundation and are you repeating it over and over. And if you take a look at Walmart and you take a look at the integrity that they work with and that they've always had the lowest price at an everyday value. They've never run sales because that is the integrity and the foundation of their business, and they never deviated from it. And they've had failures and they've had successes and they've had more failures and they learned from them. And it was just incredible. And I kept sitting there and I was doing the elbow trick with April. She was sitting next to me. I'm like, did you hear that? She was taking notes. I was like, write that down. We need that. Because it is exactly our business, you guys. What we're building here on Freedom Fridays is the foundation. We went over the product introduction bonus. You want to help a friend. You want to help a family member. The first thing you need to understand is that product introductory bonus. That is the first way we're going to help our retention. That's the Eric Worre money ball. We got to get people paid, right? Because you can't sit down with your prospect and talk about owning a private jet because they're going to think you're nuts, right? And you can't sit down with your prospect and say, gee, do you have $35 million in the bank? Because if you did, you'd be making a residual income of $700,000. But the top people in our company, the 24 people that are earning over 7 figures a year, it's as if they have $35 million in the bank. I mean, you sound like kind of a little bit of a wackadoo, right? But how do you get people from to a conversation about feeling better and getting the mommy Wonder Woman juice of the ionics in the body? How do you get that conversation to, oh my gosh, let's cycle your first time. Let's then cycle it 5 times. Let's get you a little cleansing group together. Do you understand what this could look like? If you cycle 10 times, that's an extra 28, 30,000, something like that per year. Would that be interesting for your family to create? How do you help people expand the conversation to the point where they could actually not think you're like the crazy wackadoo person? Do you guys get that? So we did this systematically to build a foundation, especially for all of you to keep growing in your understanding. The PIB is going to come first. The next thing we're going to do is help people understand the rank advancement. If you can understand those two, and we can add on the 900 BV and the cycle. There's also that little strategy we talked about of building one side out before you flip over to the other. You want to really maximize your understanding of the compensation plan. But what we're doing all of these activities to do, the reason we do all of them is to build a global consumer network, because I didn't come here with $35 million to stick in a bank account. Most of us don't. We don't have that. So this is a vehicle. This is our opportunity to create that same outcome. And when we can show people who have a little bit of a financial blueprint, or they have the desire to understand the financial blueprint, what you're showing them is there are ways to make money and have a secure financial future, but there are ways to do it with rolling up your sleeves and having sweat equity in the game. And that's what we've all signed up for. So each conversation, each time we plant another seed, each time we share another sample pack, each time we ask somebody to get on another Zoom and we're planting another seed of hope, you guys, this is our sweat equity to create the residual income that Heidi's talking about. When those doctors that her dad was serving have the door closed, the lights are out, they're not in their office, they're not making any money. And I was just in a room full of people that are some of the most affluent people here. And I will bet my bottom dollar that they are diversified and have some form of residual income, the wealthiest ones and the smartest ones, because they're not all trading time for money. So the more familiar we can get with this conversation, what do we actually say to people so we don't sound like the crazy person, you know, and often you'll hear me joke about it, but I always talk about making money in my sleep. And I always compare it to my last career. So get grounded in your foundation. If you are a teacher and you love it, then explain it. Explain that, you know, you do teach, and I spent many years in the classroom because I love it and because I love to have the summers off, and those are the benefits of that profession. I never made money in my sleep, which is so intriguing to have energy to find my biceps again and then learn how to make money in my sleep. So it doesn't matter what your actual story is. What matters is how are you incorporating the conversation of the build out of a global consumer network and how that allows and provides us to get to this point of making money when you sleep. And I find that the smarter I hate to be like, I'm not even using the word racially, but I hate to be profiling, but the kind of more smart and more savvy people that you talk to. And then, of course, there'll be some folks that maybe they aren't so smart or savvy, but they're willing to learn. And you have to recognize those qualities and those positive qualities in people. You know, I mean, my dear friend Christina here is on her phone, so she's not on the video, but her and I are putting together for next week. You guys, some of you guys are following along, doing a whole webinar series of different topics in different weeks. And Christina and I have created a webinar that we're going to be launching, and all of you are welcome, not to get on it, but to use it as a marketing tool for your real estate friends. Christina has been in real estate her whole career. She has been extremely successful. She's written, co-authored a book with Brian Tracy. She is success from head to toe, this girl. She's driven, she's motivated, she's hungry. She showed a gentleman 2 or 3 weeks ago a $17 million building, which he could have bought. This is the price range he's looking, and this is who her clientele is. She will receive, if he buys the building, a $430,000 commission on that real estate transaction, which, believe me, she's excited about. She's doing a cartwheel. She's excited. However, it's one time, and she may not get a sale like that for another year or 2 or 3. And it is one time. And she is all about understanding how to make money in her sleep, how to have it work for her, how to have this network build around the world in every time zone, people blending up their shake, people taking their vitamins, people putting that protein bar in someone's lunchbox, and building a global consumer network. So just for fun, she could be doing real estate stuff, not because she has to schlep and do it 7, 8 days a week, 100 hours a week, and motivate 50 other agents. So we're going to be putting together a webinar that discusses if you buy the $17 million building, that's a whole next concept. If you pay off the whole mortgage, when and what is your opportunity to finally start making cash hand over fist? How many years does that take? You guys, we have people in Isogenics. Lynn Hagedorn did it in 14 months. Lisa did it in 22 months. It's going to take Heidi and I 5, 6 into the 7th year. That's okay. It is just a matter of do not ever stop and do not ever quit. Because if you start at 40 and it takes you 10 years at 50, if you have enough money when you're sleeping that you could be making this couple $100,000 or even the 7 figures per year in your sleep. So guys, the definition really this is the no-brainer definition, which is here on Wikipedia or just Google. Passive income is money earned from an enterprise that has little or no ongoing effort. Okay, residual income is not actually that type of income, but rather is a calculation how much discretionary money an individual has available to spend after monthly bills are paid. But the passive part, you guys, and Isogenics is such a baby, right? It's a baby company. It's 14 going on 15. So even people like Jimmy Smith, who have made millions and have millions coming in passive and residual income, they're still active. But I mean, at some point, it doesn't really take, it says little to no ongoing effort. I mean, in the next, God willing, he lives, in the next 5 to 10 years, I mean, you can understand how his effort may decline, right? I mean, if Susan Sly or Cepeda decided to just travel the world for 24 months, they could literally do little or no effort. I mean, if Lynn and Michael decided we're traveling on a yacht around the world a couple times, they could do little or no effort, and their passive residual income would be coming in while they sleep. Why? Because they've had a conversation day in and day out that's built a global consumer network. And that's what we all have the opportunity to do and share every day. And take an inventory of what is your foundation. We've got the ISODream team. It's chock full of mission control. We've got the 10 to the top. There's no shortage of support from the basement floor, wanting everybody to be so comfortable and be so proud and give you techniques and give you scripts and copy and paste. And it's like anything we can possibly do to make that sharing process easier. We are all here. We're all about it. We're all locking arms to empower each other to have this conversation day in and day out. But if you've never made a passive residual income, it's kind of weird to really talk about a subject. And that's why we keep doing this conversation over and over and over. So you can get more and more comfortable with talking to people about leverage, talking to people about how it's the same thing as owning an ice cream shop in the middle of town. You have a product, people come in the door and get the product, except this is the opposite. We don't have the overhead of the ice cream store, but we're servicing our clientele with a product. It's so similar to so many other businesses, guys, and you can keep using those conversations to make it so that the more times you can explain it to people, the kind of the more comfortable you are with even you understanding that if you can do one cycle, you could do 5. If you could 5, you can do 10. If you can do 10, you can do 20. It's so more of the same. It never gets any harder. And I'm at a loss for words, Heidi. What did I leave out of residual income and how to describe it? Or should we just take some questions of what is on people's mind?
I think we should for sure take some questions. And, you said something just now. You said it doesn't get any harder. Not only does it not get any harder, it gets way easier because your skill set is better, gets better and better. And, it's taken me 5 years, honest to God, to really feel like I have my head wrapped around this business. But you know what? I didn't have to go to school for 4 or 5 or whatever years, like my kids are doing, and paying $50,000 a year to get the education I've gotten while I've built this income producing asset. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, this is as good as it gets. This is as good as it gets in terms of a financial vehicle with no risk, no overhead. Our overhead's what we eat, basically. It's just it's just amazing. And it's the right time, the right company. We are all, I just want to, I guess I'm so excited. I don't think I've ever been this excited in the 5.5 years I've been in this, that I want everyone to understand. And I want you guys to, throw your fear out the window and start being almost feel compelled to pick up the phone and start sharing this gift like crazy, because people are looking for what we have. So don't be stingy, as Lisa would say. Okay, that's all I have. And yeah, let's open it up to questions.
Open it up to questions. I mean, what don't you guys understand, or where do you hesitate in the conversation? Do you think, I mean, I don't really walk around telling people I teach residual income. It's kind of not, it's not like I walk around telling people that. However, I kind of do. I guess it comes across that way. I mean, it's just, I don't know. I guess I don't know how to articulate it the right way. But I think I'm definitely proud of it and confident about it. Even though I'm not where Lisa is, even though I'm not where Lynn is, it doesn't matter. And Lynn's message on the 10 to the top the other night was very powerful yesterday about the drop-off. You guys noticed that? Because you guys are my Freedom Friday people. I imagine you were all a part of that 300 and change that we're on. So as the drop-off occurs, this is very important for the passive residual income listeners here. As the drop-off occurs in any business, you guys stay the course, hold steady, because the BV is flowing into your bank and makes room for new people, and it makes room for toxic to leave, just like our products, leave the body, toxins, bye-bye, makes for fresh new relationships to be formed. It makes for new, and it's like the new spring growth. So the people who stay, the people who hold steady are the people that are going to get the reorder BV as the zeros turn into when the pina coladas come in and when the chocolate mints come in. Are you going to be there to cycle? It's just like, I want to shake people when they don't get this part of it, you guys. Make sure you're in it and you don't ever quit it. You can increase your effort level or not, but don't ever quit it, because that BV is going to be connected to you. So what are some of these awesome questions we've got here? This part excites me more than the health benefits. It is, because people are freaking stressed out because of money. And we have an obligation, you guys. It's literally like Lisa's conversation about being stingy. When, my husband is in remission from cancer and works out like an animal, feels amazing, skis, swims. The guy plays men's softball. He hits a home run every week. Am I going to be stingy? I see somebody, I'm like, no, you have to feel so good. Like, we will help you. Who's going to be stingy about that? How can I be stingy when we live like this? I should turn the camera around. You should see the view here in Naples. And I couldn't get over myself that this person is going to think I'm nuts. I don't really care. I don't even know where I was going with that. I posted the first time in a mom's group. Good job. Amazing business opportunity. Okay, so Carolina, I don't see your face, I don't think. But let's talk about that for a second. Do you sound like a crazy person if you walk into a mom's group and you teach people that you have an amazing home-based business opportunity? Well, you might sound a little crazy. And it just depends on your posturing. And I would think that your upline, one of the professionals in our group, will definitely help you with that. Just get grounded in really that conversation of what do you really do. And, there's kind of the neon light used car salesman, and then there's a very professional, I'm a coach. I teach people about wellness. I teach people about cellular body cleansing. I also teach people how to build wealth. I mean, there's ways and phrases and words that you can use that just sound like you're definitely not like, are you looking for a business opportunity? It's all in the delivery. It's all in the inflection of your voice. It's all in the energy that you have as a person. It's all how you present yourself. There's a lot of factors involved with that. So I know that you're just typing like a quick phrase, but you certainly can work on developing what is going to be like you shining through in the most comfortable way in your own skin. What is that quote unquote amazing business opportunity? How do you articulate that when you ask another mom to meet you at the park for a play date? Maybe you don't say everything right then and there in the whole group. maybe you kind of individually ask a mom to go with you on a play date, and then you kind of open up really honestly about how your life has changed from this way and it's morphing into more this new way and why you enjoy that so much. Does that make sense? Maybe? I don't know where she went. Yes? No? Carolina lives in Italy. Oh my God, Farah, your team is really the international United Nations. Go for it, girl. That's awesome. My vision wants everyone to get it and to be healthy, to build an income over my daughter's college 6 years. Yeah, listen. And you guys, I know, Melissa, amazing Melissa on my team here in Naples, who's just a love and a doll and an incredible professional. She's had so many new people that she's been prospecting and working with, and she texted me a little while ago on our thread that 2 people are falling down. And I want to say, like, they're not a no until they punch you in the face, as Lisa DeMeo says, and it's like a not yet. They're not ready, and they're not ready yet. And they know what we've done is we've given them our authentic heart and soul and are comfortable in our skin. And that's what her and I have given these 2 individuals. And they know what we have, they know what we're doing, and if they want to be part of it, they know the door is open. And guys, this is math, this is finance, this is Freedom Friday. You enroll 100 people, you're going to find your ratio. If you enroll 30 people and you think you're building residual income from 30 people, you are dead wrong. I mean, if I could unmute Christina, if I was a realtor in my career and I only had 30 transactions, I'd be a starving to death realtor. You need to have 30 transactions every 6 months, even I think, to eat. And too many people come into this and don't quite, they see the concept of having a global consumer network, but they think that the 20 or 30 people or 40 people that they may be able to enroll is going to provide that, and it's going to start growing exponentially. It doesn't start growing exponentially until you've personally enrolled probably 500, 600, 700 people. So you really just want to count down. And when you enroll 100, you finally are going to get a good perspective on how many become product users, almost all. How many of the product users may be some sharers, fabulous. And how many 10, 12, 14% are going to be like a Heidi or a Danielle? How many are going to be like a Christina? I could sell the $17 million building, but I want to learn this and I want to learn it fast and teach it to me because I love different pillars of creating wealth. Those people are rare, 10%ers. You guys get this? You got to enroll more people. You got to enroll more people. If you want to build passive residual income, you have to enroll more people. There will be diamonds in the organization. They will come out of the woodwork and the cream will always rise to the top. Your job is to take this conversation and plant more seeds, more seeds, more seeds, more seeds. Presenting the income piece, take away the perception that we are just trying to sell someone stuff. Again, I mean, for me, that is about, again, I mean, you know what? People can think what they want. My job is not to worry about what people think. You know, I mean, that's why, Deb, my husband and I have invested so much money in personal growth and so much money in going to workshops and so much money in Tony Robbins and so much money walking the dog at 6 a.m. so I could get to this empowering series and be with CEOs of big companies in the middle of their retirement just to come out and give back to the community so that I could still know the power to do this and build a passive residual income lies within me. It's right here. That is all that I need. Because I have such a hunger to make money while I'm sleeping and wake up the next day and do whatever the F I want. That hunger, it's in here. And if you can't get past all the other crap, if you can't, if you're still worried about that stuff, there's where you're going to need to work. Because the numbers are on the screen. If you don't have $35 million at 2%, I don't know how you're going to get $700,000 to live off of this year. I know Heidi and I want to live off of that as soon as possible. We're like working right there to get right there, like we're right there. And I don't know many people with the 35 million. So our opportunity is to find other people like us who can understand if I do this method, that could get me maybe there. That's really cool. You know, I don't have big tatas and can't do the pole dancing. I don't know if you can make enough cash and do $700,000 stripping these days. I don't think you can. I don't think there's very many things you can do these days to make $700,000. And I certainly would never go back into corporate America where I'd have to, you know, have a huge job and a huge, you know, like that's not even on the planet of an option. So like Heidi says, when she says this is the best gig in town, you are looking to have conversations where you are so in your conviction that I cycled one time and I'm patting myself on the back, and I cycled 5 times and I'm patting myself on the back. You are so excited about that people feel your energy is so contagious that they want what you have. They want your shake, they want your Ionic Supreme, they want your bar, and they want to know, how did you make enough money to have a cleaning lady an extra time that week, or a massage at the spa an extra time that month, because you figured out how to do it with passive residual income? Like, the conversation doesn't have to be, I want a yacht. You see what I'm saying, you guys? You just have to have more of those conversations. And yes, it is trial and error. Do we always say the right things? No, we sucked. David always says every master was once a disaster. And that's exactly what Mike Duke just said to us. Him and his wife in the 80s went on a vacation in France. And in France, they had all these giant mega stores that had like merchandise and they had grocery. So they came home and they invested all this money and they put up 4 stores that incorporated the merchandise regular big box store with grocery. And it was a disaster. It was a huge capital investment failure. It was terrible. Nobody shopped there. They all went under. And that was like one little chunk of Walmart big time failure. And he said, and now, you know, they learned from that and they made it, you know, the years went by and, you know, the culture's changed. And now, you know, Walmart is the #1 grocery store on the planet. But, you know, it's like live and learn. It's all it is, right? Yeah. But if you're not having the conversation,
Yeah.
it's not getting better.
And you guys, you know, so how do we get this going? How do we talk to every single person we know? So let's bring it back to, you know, and I asked this yesterday to a couple people in my organization. Have you written down every single person you know? Every single person you know, because the more people that know about what you're doing and why, the better, whether it's for them or not. Reached out to them and invited them to take a look at our solutions and scheduled a Zoom call like this. How powerful. I did one last night with Lisa Mahagar and we sold a value pack. You know, and she used me as a third-party validation. I cannot tell you how important that is. Your job, and you need to know this if you're new, and even if you're not so brand new, if you've decided, I really want this, like Debbie yesterday, the 3-way call or like a Zoom call with a prospect of yours with your coach or mentor is the magic bullet in this business, if there is one. So I challenge you, until you've written down every single person you know, called them up and said something like, Danielle, I am so excited to talk to you. I'm calling you for a specific reason. Do you have a minute? Danielle, I have found a product, a nutritional product system that I believe everyone can benefit from. And I'm looking for a few key people to partner with a company that is absolutely exploding and we can build this business from home. I thought of you, Danielle, because, or Christina, I thought of you because I know how successful you are at real estate and I know how smart you are, and smart people diversify. This may or may not be at all anything that resonates with you. You may not see what I see, and that's okay. But what I'm asking is, would you be willing to take 20 minutes or so, schedule a call with my very successful friend who I'm partnering with as I'm building this and learning this business? Would you be willing to take 20 to 30 minutes to learn about what I'm doing and why? And shut up. If they start asking you about the products, that is all we need to be doing. That's it. Are you doing that? Have you called every single person you know? Have you scheduled an introductory Zoom or call? Meaningful conversation, not just throwing them in a Facebook page. After you have the conversation and they might have questions or say, I'm not ready yet, you know what? What other information do you need in order to make a decision? Yes or no, whether isogenic, any of our solutions are the right fit for you or not. In the meantime, I'd love to add you to our private Facebook page where you can poke around and learn more and see the real people and real results, the transformational, the transformations that are happening to people's bodies. So guys, think about that. This is as simple, the $750,000 a year. Yeah, that's our goal. But it starts with, and I challenge all of you, including myself, to reach out to every single person and invite them to take a look at our solutions. Really invite them. Give them the whole story. Okay?
Any other questions?
Mm-hmm.
I think, Heidi, I think what is important is for people to, when we get so excited and we get so, and we say, okay, every person you know. However, if we just dial it back a little bit, if you're following a system, like the 5-5-5-5 system, then you're going to have a method to your madness. So you may organize your system in a fashion that can help you accelerate your results. So Christina at the moment is looking to speak to as many real estate people as she can and get them on our webinar where we're going to discuss the parallels between real estate investing and sweat equity of network marketing and investing your time and energy in building that. If you were a teacher and you start cycling and building a residual income, you may 5-5-5 talk about honing in on fellow teachers who may also be looking for an exit strategy. So all I'm saying is that if you're following a system of contacting 5 new people a day, following up with 5 people a day, checking on 5 people that might be in your tree every day, and you're following some kind of system, if you just can funnel and organize those particular people, your conversation may be just easier flowing than when Heidi's saying, like, we want to contact everyone in our network. Well, we do eventually, but we also don't want you to be like, holy crap, I'm overwhelmed. I don't even know where to start. Just figure out what group, in particular, that gal that was on earlier on Farah's team, then start by having some conversations with moms and go through a lot of the moms group stuff and keep it, because it's going to roll off your tongue a little more easily. Does that make sense, you guys? Yeah, Heidi, I also have to get this wrapped up. So if we have no more pressing questions, you guys, we'll meet you next Friday for Freedom Friday. Good? All right. Keep it going, guys. Thanks for being here with us.
Thanks. Awesome. Awesome call.